Hello, I'm Jillian, a learning advisor at Academic Skills. Welcome to ANU. I'm going to be talking to you for a few minutes about reading and note-taking strategies that I think will be really helpful throughout your degree. So first of all, you want to read with a purpose. You might be reading an assigned article for a tutorial. You might be reading some background reading to help you understand the debate around an essay question you'll be answering, and you may be doing some focused reading. Maybe there's a really important theory and you've got to get your head around it in order to really fully engage with the course and with the essay question you want to answer. So you've got to think about that purpose and that level of engagement you want to have with that reading. Second of all, you want to have a strategy, and we're going to recommend the 4S strategy that I'll explain to you in a few slides time. And then you want to engage, and that has to do with note-taking and developing your own note-taking strategy. So first of all, you want to be able to answer these questions as you engage with your reading. Why am I reading this? What information do I need? What do I want out of this article? How much time and energy is it worth? It's really important to always have a question as you go into your reading and develop that for yourself around what information you want out of this article and how you can find that information out. So I just want to share this with you. There's some new research out that really shows that high achieving students take notes as they read. They use that reading to learn and understand, and they have a strategy for organizing those resources. And they spend a lot of time planning their writing, whether it's an essay or a critical review or a report. Low achieving students don't take notes as they read. They use readings only in a kind of random ad hoc way to make the output product, to write that essay or report. They don't really know what to do with their readings. They're just searching for something that might fit into the paragraph they've already developed, and they don't plan. They just start composing. So keep that in mind as you start using and developing more reading and note-taking strategies. Now, this is the 4S strategy. Once you have your question, why you're reading this, what information you need, how much time and energy it's worth, once you have that mapped out a bit in your head, then you can start with the 4S strategy of search, skim, select, and study. So first of all, you want to search. This should just take a few minutes where you just have a look at the article or the book chapter and figure out how it's laid out, what the sections are. Is this an experiment? Is it a case study? Is it just about theory? Is it totally abstract? Are they applying the theory to something? You just want to get that really broad overview to understand, what is this article? What am I getting into with the sections as they've been laid out? Okay, and then you want to do your skim. This could take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, where you do want to read the abstract. You want to read that intro section, if there is one, or a couple paragraphs of the beginning. And then you want to start reading those topic sentences in between to just get that overview. And then you want to read the conclusion section, or the last couple paragraphs if it doesn't have a subheading for that conclusion. Okay, and that's going to give you that overall idea of what this article or chapter is about, and that's going to give you a much better idea of what you really want to actually focus on. So the next step is to select what sections or paragraphs are the most relevant. So here you're deciding, what do I want to study? This should just take a few minutes, because you should be thinking about this really as you're skimming. And so you can decide, really I just need to focus on this introduction section, or really there's just one subsection here that's really important to me and the rest is not that necessary for my purposes. Or you might decide the whole entire article is really relevant, but it's important to go ahead and make that decision at this point, rather than spending a lot of time reading every single article from the first word until the last. And then you want to start to study. So then you've chosen carefully and wisely, and you can then go ahead and closely read those relevant parts and make sure that you take notes. So some note-taking ideas. This is quite individual, unlike reading where we really endorse the 4S strategy. Note-taking is a little bit more individual. So it may be, about highlighting ideas. Of course, there are some disadvantages there, because we can all just highlight every single word. So you want to be judicious there, but more likely you want to be thinking about if you're a visual kind of person. And so do you want to create more of a mind map, or are you more of a linear person and you want to create different kinds of columns and cue columns and notes for yourself? So here's some ideas for the the Q column. This is called the Cornell Method, with the Q column with your ideas and the notes column with the author's key points. So here are some examples there of questions you may ask yourself and answer to take those notes about the author's key points of the sections you're reading. And here's the Q column, where you're giving your own ideas and you're really actively engaging in your note-taking process and the understanding of the reading. And then the idea is always to provide a summary at the end and summarize that section, summarize that argument, and how it applies to you and what you want, how it applies to your argument, or how it applies to whatever your purpose is. You want to be able to do that and practice doing that. That's one of the most key and important things, to be able to write and summarize in your own words. Okay, so note-taking can help you in other ways as well, just to understand the course concepts as you're obviously listening to your lectures, gathering ideas for your discussion and tutorial to participate, and to prepare summaries for exam revision. So you've got to get this strategy down of what you think is going to work best for you. And there are lots of different formats. You can do it by hand, of course, but look into some electronic software if that appeals to you and what you might want to use and be consistent with using throughout this semester. So you want to refine these skills throughout your degree. You want to experiment and see what works best for you. And if you have any troubles, we'd love to see you at Academic Skills. Please book in to make an appointment with us to discuss anything to do with your academic skills. Best of luck at ANU. See you soon. Bye.